Hey everybody, welcome back to In the Gutter. Went through my garage and I found my old graphic design portfolio, big leather, I don't know, 3 foot by 4 foot portfolio full of oddly sized items, artwork and collectibles, posters, prints, things like that. And I hadn't looked at these in a long time, but I realized that these are mostly one-of-a-kind items, and I thought I'd share them with y'all. And I'm going to break it into 3 parts because there's basically the animation stuff, things I got at Comic-Cons, and then things from the world of comic book original art and some stories behind that. But in this part, we're going to look at some animation treasures that I found in my portfolio. So this first one is a Timon and Pumbaa drawing, which comes with a certificate of authenticity from the Walt Disney Television Animation, and this is presented in like a frame portfolio, and this is a single drawing from The Lion King, Timon and Pumbaa, direct-to-video. I think it's from 2005, and these are employee giveaways that you get, like one per employee. They would give those out to the studio, and I had a few of those. The next one I have is from Disney's Legend of Tarzan, and it's the similar frame, identical in fact, and this one is a production cell from a Tarzan direct-to-video. And then this is a really cool one. So this actually has a real cleanup drawing. So they would do the rough animation drawing and then someone would come back and clean it up. And then it gets turned into a cell. And this is from Gargoyles, Greg Weisman's show. I'm sure you're familiar with it. That's kind of a cool thing right there. And then more recently, I'm trying to figure out the best way to do this. When the Owl House wrapped, this was the employee giveaway for the Owl House. And so we have a single 12-filled animation drawing. And this one came with a cleanup of Loose on the back. So that's pretty cool. And then just some inside information here. So when the Haley's On It party giveaway was figured out, we wrapped and we decided to do kind of a yearbook photo of all the main characters and then give the employees a chance to sign like a yearbook style and say thank you and goodbye to everybody. That was a fun one. And then also the giveaway for that was an animated cell of Beta. Not the greatest presentation, but you get a chance to see Beta nonetheless. And then kind of a cool cell of Haley with her sort of Rambo-esque cornstalk situation when she was trapped in the corn maze. So anyway, just wanted to share a couple things with you because, you know, this is the only place you can see them. So I'll do the other parts of this and categorize it a little better. So hold tight. All right, got my piles mixed up a little bit, so we're gonna go a little out of order, but found some Comic-Con items that I didn't even remember having. This was from 1993, the Comic Book Expo at San Diego Comic-Con. The Arthur Sidgum print, I believe Sidgum is how you pronounce it, or Soydum. These are a little floppy, so I apologize. And then, whoop, haha, told you. Around the same time, this is a Big Guy and Rusty the Robot signed print from Jeff Darrow. And then from '94, this is when Guru moved over to Image Comics, but this is a Sergio Aragonés signed print with a remark. Very thin paper. And then character designer Steven Silver, I have a few of these. You can catch him at most shows. He does these great caricature groupings of different types of properties. This is The Office with all the characters from The Office that he did. This one is from Breaking Bad. And this one is The Walking Dead. And I think he's done about a dozen or more of these by now from different properties, but it's great because if you pay attention to his choices, he always tells a story with the drawings that he picks and the caricatures. He's very good at what he does. And then lastly, this is a little big, very flimsy, but This is a Batgirl print that was done by Nathan Kane. Nathan was is a painter and was the at the time the color artist for all, if not the vast majority, of the Bongo comics line featuring the Simpsons characters. It's kind of fun. All right, that was some of the prints, and then this is just some obscurity that I came across because I don't throw anything away, but at the studio, oftentimes people just do drawings while on the phone or for fun, and they give them away, or if you did something nice for somebody. But this is a pirate drawing from Brent Gordon, which is a really nice little piece. When my son was born, this is a congratulatory drawing from Steven Silver with kind of a character of me as a baby, I assume, and then my two dogs, Dot and Dash, who are no longer with us, but this is about 21 years ago from there. And then we'd have these situations where someone would be in need of something or ask you for artwork or whatever, and you'd leave a note on someone's desk a lot. This is just around the time when people were still using paper and for everything in animation. This, if I remember correctly, this was somebody who could not find a missing page from their storyboard, and then they finally found it, and this note came along with the previously missing storyboard panel when given to me, and basically it's the artist saying, oh please, tearing their office apart, and they say, oh thank Christ. So I believe the story behind this is they found the missing drawing they were looking for. And then you'll get things where a director needs something, so this is like they just left a note saying, when you got a minute, can I get a copy of 210 Party Animal? This is the director from Teacher's Pet asking me for a storyboard copy for his reference, and that's us sitting in a sauna. And then this was kind of funny. So I would leave artwork for the director of Teacher's Pet, Tim Bjorklund, you'd leave things in his office for approvals when he could get for it. And this is the folder we use again and again. So at the end of the season, when we were wrapping things up, the last time I gave him, let's see if I can show you this. The last time I gave him artwork, he says, God damn it, I can't find a goddamn thing in here with all these goddamn storyboards. And he flings this folder. He says, what the hell is this? I sure as hell don't need this in here anymore. Get lost, man, Tim. So that was fun. So I have the folder itself, and the drawing tells the little story of our exchanges when getting our work approved. And then there's just some odds and ends. This is from Kim Possible. Again, just turning in their storyboard. They left a little note for it. This is just a doodle, a Kim Possible doodle from Kim, or to me from Kim, with love. These are getting a little see-through, so I want to see if I can keep a solid back so they don't bleed as much. Sorry. This looks like a John Navarez telephone sketch, like the stuff he would draw when he's on the phone, kind of thing. This is another one of those from John. John would just draw like constantly, and so he had piles and piles of amazing artwork just all over the place, and he was nice enough to share some of this with me. Oh yeah, so this is Peter Paul Batista. I think I had gotten some toys for him that he was looking for, so he drew a Superman with a W on his chest and thanked me for all the super toys. That was very cool. And here's a couple of Chris Bailey drawings. So this is Ron Stoppable in a Batman costume. He's either telling me he's gone for the day by yelling out, or that a drawing was no longer in the show, which is called an out. So that was one of those two scenarios. I can't quite remember, but that's pretty cool. And then this one is one of my favorites. Just, it is what it is. This is Rufus from Kim Possible as the Hulk, and you see Ron there for scale. I thought that was just outstanding. Love that drawing. And then Kevin Smith's Clerks, the animated series we did for Miramax and stuff. So art director Alan Bodner would do these little comp treatments before we paint a background, and he actually painted these on paint board with acrylic, not acrylics, maybe gouache. I don't know what the material was, but he would do these concept pieces for the background painters. And there's one of a pier. These look to be neighborhood shots. And then these were when they went to a campground. So these are cool. And these are all actual paintings on a little, probably 3x5. Super awesome. And then just from probably table reads and things, or when we're in meetings, people just do sketches. So this is Jay from Clerks and Silent Bob. Just little studies. These were just ubiquitous everywhere because everyone was always practicing drawing the characters. So they were just strewn about. And after a meeting, if you cleaned up the table, you could take a few things home with you. This is kind of a fun one. So Eugene Salandra did the title cards for we did these little bumpers at the end of Clerks, and so they would be Silent Bob's Science Says, for example. So the way it laid out, like Eugene would sketch one portion of it, which is Bob reaching for a kite that's stuck on a power line, not a good idea, and then he did a tighter drawing of the layout for the background, and then when you peg it all and it lines up, you can see Jay and Silent Bob trying to get the kite off the power wire. And I don't know if I can show you with the light, maybe if I backlit it, but when you're on a light box, you can see both things through, so the characters line up with the background the way the artist wants. So, and then eventually this was drawn to completion and painted and turned into something that you would see in the show. Oh yeah, and this is it. So for Kim Possible, we had a big, large corkboard, and I made a display of what the world of the naked mole rat was like. And so I had each of the chambers of a naked mole rat's home, and Steve Loader did drawings to represent each one. So this is where they would stand guard. So that's a naked mole rat in an army helmet. This is where they store the food. So it's a naked mole rat digging through the fridge. This is where the queen lived. So she had her own quarters. What a looker, huh? And finally the nursery. And I will say, if you think naked mole rats are ugly, naked mole rat babies are 100 times uglier than the full-grown ones. So check it out if you haven't seen it, and just make sure you clear your browser history afterwards so you don't terrify anyone who follows you. All right, so that's it for this grouping. This is my Animation Comic-Con one-of-a-kind finds kind of thing. Hope you enjoyed the tour, and until next time, keep your mind in the gutter.